Welcome to online video classes. My name is A. Raghunath, Department of Botany, SRNK Government Degree College, Banswada, District Kamareddy. Now we are discussing about meristematic disease. Meristematic disease characters and types. In the plant body, in primary structure, it's having two types of disease. They are meristematic disease and permanent disease. The permanent disease are produced by meristematic disease. Meristematic disease. These meristematic disease in the plant body, the term refers to the living tissue containing undifferentiated cells that are the plant body building. The cells, the meristematic tissues are build up of plant body, specialized structure in the plant body. The characters of meristematic disease: ability to grow and divide. Small immature cells in these tissues, cells are showing immature cells, and shapes also isodiametric, rounded, oval or polygonal shapes are showing in these tissues. Cells are showing in this type of structure. Absence of intercellular spaces in this tissues, and these cells walls are having thin and made up of cellulose. Elastic character is showing. Nucleus conspicuous. Cytoplasm is dense. Vacuoles are absent in these cells. Vacuoles are absent. Or some cells are having small vacuoles having. Crystals are absent. Endoplasmic reticulum also present. Small. Proplastids are present instead of plastids. Mitochondria having a simple structure. Mitochondria also present, but it's having simple structure. Rate of respiration is very high. In these cells, respiration is very high. The common important types of meristematic according to their origin and development are the following. One is promeristem or primordial meristem. The common important types of meristematic in the primary structure of plants by the origin or development of plant body. It's having three types of meristematic disease. They are primary meristem or primordial meristem. Promeristem, it's also called promeristem. Promeristem is the very foundation stage, the region of formation of new organization tissues. It may be called the earliest embryonic condition, consists of young initials and there is derivatives. These tissues are promeristem or primordial meristem is in the embryo. Embryo stage, it shows that's called promeristem. These tissues are present in the plant body primary structure. The second one is primary meristem. primary meristem. In this primary meristem, which is or derived from the um, embryonic meristem, are known as primary meristem. This meristematic thesis, this type of meristematic thesis developed from the promeristem or primordial meristem. It At early stage of growth, different organs of the plant body are initiated by promeristem. Early stage of growth plant body. The plant body is primary in the primary structure is present, that is called primary meristem. This primary meristem is present in the stem or root of the early stage of plant body. Shoot and root apical meristem, intercalary meristems, and leaf primordial are examples of primary structure. The primary meristem. The primary meristem is examples. The located of plant body, uh, shoot and root apical meristems, intercalary meristem, and leaf primordial or leaf primordial meristems. Also in the plant body present the examples of primary meristems. The third one is secondary meristem. Meristem. The secondary meristem are not present in primary plant body. This type of meristem is absent in the primary plant body. As the name indicates, the meristems which are developed after certain period of vegetative growth of the plant body. This type of meristem, secondary meristem, is showing that vegetative growth of the plant body from the permanent tissue at the time of secondary growth are called as secondary meristem. In gymnosperms and dicots, the secondary growth takes place by the activity of lateral meristem, such as vascular cambium and cork cambium. For example, vascular cambium and cork cambium. When the secondary growth in the dicot plants, the vascular cambium is produced and cork cambium is formed by the from the uh, cortex parenchyma, the middle parenchyma. Okay, it is example of secondary meristem, that is vascular cambium and cork cambium. In vascular cambium, intravascular cambium is primary in origin, whereas intervascular cambium is secondary in origin. When the secondary growth is, it shows the vascular cambium and a vascular ring are forming. That's uh, vascular bundle also is showing having intra intravascular cambium. Intravascular cambium is present from the uh, development of embryo, that primary in origin, but secondary growth intervascular cambium is present in the dicot secondary growth present, but it is developed from the medulla res or medulla parenchyma. On the basis of plain division, meristems are three types. That is origin, one type of meristems, origin or development, that is primordial and primary and secondary meristems. But second type of meristems are on the basis of plane of division. Meristems are three types. They are mass meristems, plate meristems, rib meristems. Mass, the mass meristems. In mass meristem, the cells divided in all planes of cells from bulk of tissues. This type of meristems takes part in the formation of cortex, pith, endosperms, and sporangia. This type of meristems cells are divided into all the parts of cells, and development from these cells, bulk of tissues its growth in the plant body, primary structure, cortex or pith or endosperms and sporangia are also produced by this type of mass meristem. Next one, rib or file meristem. Second one is rib or file meristem. In this type of meristems, the cells division is in one plane. The cells divided and produce row of cells. This type of meristems is found mainly in filamentous algae. It is also plays an important role in the formation of young roots, cortex, pith, and young stems in higher plants. In primitive stages of algae or fungi, this type of meristems are present, those plants, but in higher plants, also it's in the formation of young roots, cortex, pith of young stems in higher plants. Rib meristem is present in higher plants, and its growth from growth to this type of parts of plants, that is roots, cortex, pith of young stems in higher plants. Third one, plate meristem. Plate meristem. In this type of meristem, the cell divided into two planes. Two planes. The cell is divided into two planes. The surface area of an organ is increased. This type of meristem takes part in the formation of flat structure such as leaf formation without increasing thickness. Without increasing thickness, the plate meristem is produced to two planes. Each cells are divided into two planes. The one is surface growth of surface area, and another one is increasing without increasing thickness. Without increasing thickness, this type of meristems shows leaf structure of plant body. Third type of meristems, the based on position. Based on position. Number one is origin or development, and second one is plane of division. The cell plane of cells division of plane. Three types. This that is mass meristem, plate meristem, and rib meristem. And third one is on the basis on the position of meristems are three types. That is, they are apical meristem. One is apical meristem. The meristems are located on the tip of the root, stem, etc. Root, mainly plant body. In the plant body, root and stems, it's having apical meristem. They help in the growth of the root system as well as shoot system. The various cells divisions along with the cellular enlargement help in the growth of the stem above the ground and the growth of the root below the ground. The cells are growing from this type of apical meristem, and elongated and elongated and uh, uh, parts of the roots and system of stems of plant body, the root and stems. This type of meristem is commonly in higher plants. And second one is intercalary meristem. The intercalary meristems are located at the internodes or the base of the leaves. Internodes, the plant body is small plant body, shrubs or small trees. It's having some internodes. Internodes are the base of the leaves. The intercalary meristems help in increasing the length of the internode. Increasing the length of the internode. Internode is development from this type of meristem. This is usually seen in monocotyledons plants. Mainly, it's this type of meristems are main plants, main having uh, monocotyledons plants. And third one is lateral meristem. This type of lateral meristems are present on the lateral side of the stem and root of plants. These meristem help in increasing the thickness of the plants. The vascular cambium and the cork cambium are growth example of lateral meristematic tissues. The, the vascular cambium and cork cambium are examples of this type of lateral meristem. In the higher plants, it shows in the secondary growth of the higher plants, angiosperms, dicots, mainly dicots. You see the picture, this type of pictures. You see the uh, this is apical meristem. Apical meristem is present in the plant body in apical position of apical, and intercalary meristem. This is intercalary meristem, and stem nodes of the stem present, that is intercalary meristem, and this is lateral meristem. Lateral meristem. And fourth one, meristems, three types based on function. Fourth type, functions. Based on functions. Types of meristematic tissues are three types. That is, based on the function, the apical meristem is distinguished into three zones. They are protoder, ground meristem, and procambia. This the in this type of meristematic tissues derived from three zones. They are protoder, ground meristem, and procambium. Protoderm. Protoderm. It is the outermost single-layered structure. The cells always divide in anticlinal plane. The cells are divided into anticlinal plane. This layer produced outer protective covering of plant body known as epidermal tissue system. The layer is produces outer protective covering of plant body, that is epidermal tissue system also called. The epidermal tissue is produced this type of meristematic protoderm, that is called protoderm. And second one is ground meristem. Ground meristem, it lies beneath the protoderm. It's present in the beneath the protoderm. It consists of several layers of meristematic cells These cells divided in all planes and gives rise to ground tissue system. This type of meristematic produced by the cortex, epidermis, endodermis, pericycle, and medullary race, and pith. And this type of in the plant body, for parts of the plant body, that is cortex, endodermis, pericycle, medullary race, and pith. These type of parts are produced by the ground meristem in the higher plants. The shoot apex theories. Next one, shoot apex theory. This type of four types of meristematic disease in present in the all the plants in primitive two and higher plants. That is origin or development. That is three types. There is primordial meristematic, primary meristem, and secondary meristem. Next one is division of cell, plane of the cell, that is that is three types, and other based on the uh, functions, and based on the functions and based on the position. These type of meristams are present in the all the plants. Next to shoot apex theories. Shoot apex theory. There are five important theories that explain the growth of plant shoot apex. They are apical theory, histogen theory, tunica corpus theory, French theory, Newman theory. These five types are apical theories. From apical cell is showing the growing. Different types of cells are following in this type of growing, all the higher plants and primitive plants. The primitive plants are also called pteridophytes. In pteridophytes, from to pteridophytes and higher plants, this type of shoot apex is different. Scientists are explained and explained this type of five theories. That is, one is apical theory. This type of theory is this theory was proposed by Nagel. Nagel. This theory was proposed by Nagel. According this theory, have observed single apical cell in algae, bryophyta, and pteridophyta members, and a primitive plants in cryptogams. In cryptogams, algae, bryophytes, and pteridophytes. Plants are growing from the single cell, that's called apical cell. That's called apical cell. The only single cell is developed all the tissue system of plant body in the bryophytes and pteridophytes, also showing this type of apical cell theory. The single cell is structurally and functionally unit of apical meristem. The single cell is structurally and functionally some unit of apical meristem. One single cell is developed from developing all the cells, group of cells. A group of cells is that is meristematic tissues are developed in the primitive plants. The inverted tetrahedral apical cell divided and gives rise to entire plant body in cryptogams. That is single cell, that is it shows which shape tetrahedral apical cell shape. Tetrahedral shape it's having. This type of cells are divided and gives rise to entire plant body in cryptogams. But further investigation clarified the apical cell theory is applicable to the shoot organization of cryptogams, but not phanerogams. because in phanerogams group of apical cell is present. It forms a group of cells and show develop develop different types of cell structure, different type of cell structure that in the primitive plants are present in this type of apical cell is only cryptogams, but not phanerogams. This type of picture you observed that, yeah, this is apical cell theory. The cells are divided into two parts. One is this type and another is this type. Yeah, this is apical cell theory. Cell is in the basal is not showing division. The three sides of planes in this type of cell is divided into three types. There are three planes, and produces from the three planes of cells. This type of is apical cell theory. This type of apical cell theory only the present in cryptograms, but it not applicable for phanerogams. Only primitive plants are applicable this type of apical cell theory, apical cell. So this type of theory, apical cell theory, is proposed by Nagel. Next, histogen theory. Second one is histogen theory. The theory was postulated by Hornstein. He recognizes three distinct zones. This theory was proposed by Hornstein. He recognized three distinct zones. They are dermatozen, peribellum, and pleurum. What are they? Dermatozen, peribellum, and pleurum. These three types of meristematic zones are present in the plant body in primary structure. Primary structure. This type of estrogens are produced by some different parts of the plant body. The its word is stones. Stones shows by Hornstein, dermatozen, peribellum, and pleurum. In shoot and root apical meristem, he called them as estrogens or tissus builders. Each zone is composed of group of initial cells. Next one, the one is dermatozen. In this stone is first number first is estrogen stones, the dermatozen. The outermost tissue builders is called dermatozen. The cells of dermatozens divided anticlinally and gives rise to epidermal layer of plant organs. Anticlinar division shows and developing from the plant of organ in epidermal layer. The protective from the inner layer, epidermal layer is produced by the dermatozen. Next one, peribellum. It is the multi-layer. It is shows multi-layer zone the lies beneath of the dermatozen. Beneath the dermatozen or beneath the epidermal layer, the peribellum cells divided in anticlinal and periclinal planes and gives rise to cortex and endodermis. This type of parts of the plant body in the stem or root or leaf, mainly root and stems. Cortex and endodermis are produced by this type of peribellum estrogens. The this type of mainly the cortex or endodermis present in the plant body. This peribellum is produced from uh, produced by the periphery. Third one is pleurum. Pleurum is the multi-layer of the central core. Multi-layer of the central core. It gives rise to pericycle, vascular, vascular tissues, pith, and medullary rays. This type of steel, the pericycle, starting from the steel, pericycle, vascular bundles, and pith, and medullary rays. This type of parts of the plant body produced from the pleurum. Pleurum is divided into multi-layer. Multi-layer is forming from the pleurum. Recent experiments relieved by Haberland proposed the terms protoderm, ground meristem, procambium for the dermatozen, peripleum, and pleurum respectively. The Haberland is word given that dermatozen, mm, dermatozen by uh, protoderm. Dermatozen it's also called protoderm, and peripleum it's also called ground meristems, and pleurum also called procambium. These three words are proposed by the Haberland. You see the picture that shoot apex from the tunica corpus. Next, we discuss that. This type of picture you observe dermatozen. Dermatozen, this type of dermatozen, it is divided into cells. All the cells are divided into uh, only single plane. This type of two planes, and anticlinal, periclinal. That is peripleum. Anticlinal and periclinal. But the dermatozen is shows cells are shows division shows that anticlinal it shows single layer and produced single layer, this type of dermatozen cells. uh, and pleurum also periclinal layer. Periclinal divisions are shows to produce from the pleurum from pericycle and vascular bundles, pith, and medullary rays are formed by produced by the pleurum. Next one, tunica corpus theory. Tunica corpus theory. This theory was proposed by Schmidt to explain shoot apex organization in the phanerogames. This theory is explained and applicable for the only phanerogames of shoot apex. According to this theory, distinct zones, tunica and corpus, can be recognized in the apical meristem of the plant body. Apical meristem shows two types of two layers having, that is, one is outer layer is it's called tunica, and inner layer it's called corpus. This type of two zones are present in the plant body. It observed by the Smith. The tunica. In apical meristem, the outer enveloping zone is called as tunica. May be single or two to three layered structure. In this zone, the cells are arranged very small. The cells are divided in anticlinal plane only. Anticlinal plane. The cells shows divisions anticlinal plane. If the tunica is single layered, it produces outer layer. that is epidermis also called, that is epidermis. If it is 2 to 3 layered, the outer produces epidermis and inner layer produces outer cortical layers. Some plants are 2 or 3 layer are produced, that is outer epidermis and outer uh, yeah, epidermis and inner layers of the cortical layer, cortex from the plant stem. This type of uh, cells are some and some plants that is pendrogams are primitive plants. The corpus, next one. The multicellular central core, which is covered with the tunica mantle, is called as corpus. This corpus is covered by the tunica. This shows multi-layers. Multi-layer cells are present in this type of structure, corpus. This zone is composed of larger cells. In this type of zone present, the cells are having large. The cells are not arranged in definite rows as in tunica. The corpus cells divided in all planes. Uh, in these corpus cells are produces cortex, endodermis, pericycle, vascular bundles, and pith. These type of organs are parts of the plant is produced by the corpus. The corpus cells are divided into all the planes of the cells are dividing and produces from more cells that forming by the cortex, endodermis, pericycles, vascular bundles, and pith also. The plant body is present in this type of the corpus. This theory is shows only applicable for the angiosperms of the angiosperms, uh, only applicable for the angiosperms of the plant body, only stems, the not applicable for the root system. You see the picture, the outer layer is only anticlinal. Each cells are dividing into anticlinal plane. This type of layer is single layer, or two or three layer are present some plants, but many plants are it's having only single layer. It is outer layer. It is produced from the epidermis and inner layer. This type of corpus, then these cells are dividing into all the planes, anticlinal and periclinal divisions shows, and it produces all the parts of the plant body, that is cortex and inner cortex, outer cortex, and middle cortex, that and pericycle, vascular bundle, with medullary rays also produced from the corpus. Uh, this type of two parts of the tunica and corpus is present in the stem of the plant. It observed by the Schmidt scientist. This type of figure also showing the tunica and corpus. You have this ground meristem and a leaf, bud, and protoderm also present. Initial leaf, initial bud. This is parts of the uh, plant body from the growing of the embryo. Next one, French theory. Theory of waiting meristem. Theory of waiting meristem. This theory was developed by the Plantafold and Bouvat. This theory was developed by the Plantafold and Bouvat in 1952 French school. They recognized three zones in the apical meristems based on the rate of mitotic activity. The three zones are present in this type of theory. The observed by those scientists, the initial peripheral active zone. It's also called peripheral active zones. That is called the initial. The meristema de this type of parts of the some plants, the waiting meristem which becomes active or during the formation of terminal flower and inflorescence. The terminal flower or inflorescence produces from this part of the meristem. The meristem that calls also called the meristem de attente. The meristem de attente. The meristem medullare. Third one is the meristem medullare, the central pith region. It's also called the central pith region in the plant body of the stem or root also present. That's called the meristem medullare. And this type of pith region, it's having medullary rays. This type of cells are produced from the meristematic medullary. The meristem de attente consists of two parts, the promeristem sporangium and promeristem recepticularis, which thus contain part of tunica and corpus, except any initial that is called tunica, any initial that is called tunica, and except meristem medullare, that's called corpus. Tunica, any initial, it's having any initial, and pre-meristem sporogene and pro-meristem recepticularis. These two types of cells are having corpus. Uh, corpus, the meristem de attente. This meristem de attente, except this called corpus. Next one, Newman concept. Newman concept. Newman has recognized three types of shoot apex in vascular plants on the basis of number of cells or number of rows of apical cells. The monoplex types, monoplex, duplex, and the three types are present. This type of shoot apex is reported in ferns. The shoot apex consists of generally one or few initial cells. The cells face inwardly. The cells are divided parallel. Parallel. Parallel divided shows that only primitive plants, its cryptograms, that is one part of the plant group of plant that's called ferns. Ferns shows this type of uh, shoot apex monoplex types. The single cell or single row of these cells are present in the type of pteridophytes plants, that is called ferns. It shows this type of monoplex type. And next one, simplex. This type of shoot apex is found in angiosperms, sorry, gymnosperms. This type of shoot apex is found in gymnosperms. Shoot apex consists of one layer of initial cells. The cells divided anticlinally and periclinally. Anticlinal and periclinal. This type of division is present in this type of simplex. It gives rise to different tissues of primary plant body. Uh, it show it developing from the uh, um, simplex type of the meristematic tissue. This shows primary plant body. Different tissues are produced by this type of cells. The cells divided into two planes, that is anticlinally and periclinally. Next one, duplex types. In this type of shoot apex, the initials are arranged in two rows. It is found mostly in angiosperms. The outer layer cells divided anticlinally, whereas the inner layer cells divided anticlinally as well as periclinally manners. This type of duplex cells are anticlinally and periclinally, but it shows two rows found mostly in angiosperms. It's having this type of structure is also called duplex type. You see the picture. This is monoplex, single cell or single layer produced from the this type of cells. Different organs are produced by the this type of monoplex. And simplex, the periclinal and anticlinal two planes are present. Each cells are shows two planes divisions, that is anticlinal and periclinally. This type of is called simplex. Simplex. Only single layer also present in this type of simplex type. Shows only single layer. And duplex type. Two layers are two layers also present in this type of duplex. One is shows anticlinal division, and other row, so inner row is shows anticlinal division and periclinal division. This type of structure is present in the angiosperms, and this type of gymnosperm simplex type of divisions are present and produced to different types of cells are present in this gymnosperms. And this type of monoplex is present in the primitive plants, that's called pteridophytes. These main theories are present in the uh, mo- present in the plant body. Different scientists are different theories produces. Uh, okay, thank you.